Essex Shipbuilding Museum tells the amazing story of New England's culture back in the 1600s. Essex was recognized worldwide as North America's producer of the American fishing schooner. The Essex Shipbuilding Museum is located in the small town of Essex on the grounds of the 80-story shipyard. Shipbuilding first began in the 1600s when Essex was joined by three other towns, Ipswich, Gloucester, and Hamilton, up until 1819 when Essex broke off from one town and became its own small settlement. The people of Essex carried on the main job of shipbuilding even after they were no longer part of one big town with Ipswich, Gloucester, and Hamilton. While the women of Essex were at home cleaning the house and taking care of the children, the men were off at work, and many of them were shipbuilders. Shipbuilding was such a common job as it provided food for the whole town of Essex. The people of Essex County named their boats tobacco boats, which were half-decked and open. Many tobacco boats were built during the Revolutionary Wars, and after the American Revolution, shipbuilding rose. By the 19th century, there were more than 2,000 tobacco boats in the town of Essex. Many of the ships that were being built were being sold to Gloucester as they had a good relationship with Essex. The tobacco boats were sold over to Gloucester, where they would employ workers to fish with their ships. This provided many people with jobs to go fishing. New England was perfect for shipbuilding because of all its vast natural resources. Farming took up a rise in the southern colonies and not in the northern colonies because of the soil in the northern colonies was not rich with nutrients, and that the winters in New England were cold and the farmers would lose many of their crops that they had planted. During the winters in Essex, many people died because they did not have the medicine that they needed. Many of these deaths included the people that worked on ships at the shipyards, as they took up most of the population. When a man died from the shipyard, his fellow workers would bury him near the shipyard at a place called the Old Burial Ground. The people of Essex County had no problem making the ships because of their everlasting supply of resources. The shipbuilders got the wood to make the schooners and tobacco boats from within the Essex County. They used white oak to create the boats and steamed all the wood first so that it was easily bendable. All of the boats were made completely out of wood except for the metal nails, the anchor, and the motor. It usually took 3 to 6 months for one ship to be built. Free wood from their own forests made shipbuilding much cheaper and more efficient than shipbuilding from Britain. It was in the early 1800s that Essex began to sell ships to the whole world and made a big profit from the sales up until the early 19th century, where people started to realize that they could build ships from other material too, like aluminum. A famous shipbuilder named 80 Story built 400 ships alone from 1870 to 1930. In honor of his shipbuilding, the shipyard is named after him. Along with 80 Story building many ships was another famous shipbuilder named Jeremiah Burnham, who by himself built and invented schooners and also invented fly fishing. Him and some other shipbuilders would take the ships out, launch them on their side, and wait for the high tide to come in and make the ships upright and able to sail. This action was called the Essex side launch. Essex represented North America as the American fishing schooner who supplied countries all over the world with ships. Essex was commonly known to every country for its fame and glory of shipbuilding.